Well, all right. Good evening and welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Right here on bigsradio.com, WOSDradio.com, worldviberadio.com, and of course, Ray Neal Media, the best music of your life. It's your peanut butter brother, Al Greer, officially checking in. You can give me a call tonight if you'd like, or you can do what everybody else does, and that's to hit me up on Facebook, which is probably the easier way since you guys are probably watching me on Facebook as well. All right, coming up in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. You know what that is, right? You don't? Oh, okay. Dirty mind, you thought it was something else, didn't you? No, it's 4 songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. And of course, you can always chime in if you have one in mind. Just let me know. Good evening to Captain Daryl Owens, who has already checked in on Facebook, and everybody else who has checked in as well. I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the show tonight as much as I enjoy bringing it to you. Let's kick it off with Brother Will Downing. This is No One Can Love You More on Bedtime Stories. Heidi ho, neighbors. Lynn Rowe, what's up? What's up, stranger? Hey, Cheryl. Lady G. Yeah, you might have to pull out the glove on Daryl tonight. I don't know, you know. He's been a bad boy. Before you all ask me what I'm eating beans with ground beef, or I think this is ground turkey. I'm not sure. What's up? The Hoove. The Hoove played all my damn songs. I'm like, all the songs that I was going to play. Ralph Hoover Liggins Jr. played all of my stuff. He played my Brainstorm, This Must Be Heaven. He played Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I don't have Roger's version, but I got the original one. What's up, Walkie? Yep, he played all my stuff. I'm like, okay, all right. Great minds think alike. You know, I always text him and say, this ain't bedtime's mother, you know. Yeah. So he played all my stuff. I'm like, okay, am I going to have any songs left to play? So thanks, Hoove, for playing all my music. So, but Angie, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, the Who is representing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was jamming too. Now, let me tell you. Let me close this door. I'm sitting outside, right outside the garage. Got the garage door open. Got the speakers on. My phone is plugged in, to the mixer. The mixer's feeding the powered speakers because the young lady that I bought some speakers from, nice young lady, nice looking young lady, had a shirt that said Jesus on it. So I knew the speakers were going to work, right? Use JBLs. Don't go bad, okay? I don't care what nobody says. Used, whatever. They don't go bad. No tweeters. Just boom, 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 boom. So I called her. I said, well, I need the speakers for this weekend. I called her last week. I said, well, meet up with me on Wednesday. So when she didn't hear from me on Tuesday, I guess, she went ahead with her date. And I understand. I'm like, okay, cool. So I called her this morning. Well, morning meaning when I got up. And I told her, I let her know where I live and all that stuff. So I'm waiting out there, right? I didn't want her to, freak out coming to a man's house that she don't know, because I met her in a parking lot over in, I think it was wherever, Homewood, Flossmoor, whatever. So I was sitting outside, ain't, trust me, ain't nothing gonna happen to you if I'm sitting outside. They'll hear you screaming if I'm, being bad. So that was it. She finally came at about 7:00, and I'm like, okay, there goes my nap. Blew my whole doggone nap. I'm like, okay, it's cool. So she brings me two more of the same speakers. Only one of them works with the tweeter. The other one is like, just like the other two. Well, one of them finally came on. I said, well, this is good enough. At least, I got 1.5 tweeters. Cool. Greg Moore, how are you, sir? Chicago Soul to Soul in the house. The M Squad. Anyway, I just made that up, Greg. So we got to do that when we meet each other. M Squad, Of course, not at a funeral because it doesn't look right. In the few times we've seen each other, the last few times was at a funeral. So we can't do, yeah, they'll think we, but M Squad anyway. So, oh man, but so I got 2 speakers that are finally working. Like I said, 1.5 tweeters because one keeps going out, but that's okay. I got 2 more speakers, so I'll make it 4 on Saturday and Sunday when I DJ. Not a problem. They're all JBL, so ain't nobody gonna trip. They're like, oh, okay, well, one black one is this color, and then I got 2 gray ones and 2 black ones. No problem. They work. So I'm good. But anyway, that's my story. And I sat outside the whole time waiting for her. I'm sitting out there. I got my tall cup of water, ice water, of course. It's like nothing but ice and then a little water in there so it'll melt. And she finally shows up. I plugged the speakers in. I said, okay, well, this one's working. This one's not. This one's working. This one's not. I told her where to take them. And I said, when you get them fixed, I'll get the other pair from you. She said, okay. So that's it. That's my story. So I sat out there the whole time with my phone plugged in to the mixer and the mixer plugged into the speakers, listening to the Who play my whole show. Like, wait a minute. I ain't gonna have nothing left to play tonight, but that's okay. We had this conversation the other day. Um, I was talking to my sister from another mister. Of course, you all know I only got one sister, and that's Angie. So I'm in River Oaks in Big Time, sitting with Robin Haywood. Her and her husband run Big Time. It's a men's store. Check it out. Shameless plug. It's where I get all my outfits and some shoes and everything else. Anyway, she asked me, why do the radio stations play the same music all the time? Almost at the same time. And I broke it down to her. I said, well, they do a research thing and they research the songs. And if the song is popular, they play it twice in an hour. And then they sprinkle a lot of other songs around it. So I explained that to her. So when the Who played my whole playlist, I'm like, I got another playlist. You ain't doing nothing. Not to say you wasn't jamming. You were jamming. Because I was like, cross that one off the list. Play cat. He played Lenny Williams. I wasn't going to play that one anyway. He played that one like last. I'm like, I don't have to play that one. So, I don't want to repeat what he just played. So that was it. So great show, by the way, Who. I listened to him. This week he didn't do no stories about turds floating in pools, which was cool. It was funny as hell though. I was listening to him one Saturday morning. I was on my way somewhere. And he was telling this story. He's like, this is the true story. And then the people were in the pool, and all of a sudden you saw a big brown shark. G.I. Joe is in the water, and here comes a big brown shark. I'm like, who? People are sitting having breakfast. It's Saturday morning, and you're talking about turds floating in water. It was the funniest stuff. I almost ran off the road. Anyway, Keith D, what's going on? Yeah, the name change game. He said, yeah, I'm going to be Hoover. Yeah, okay. You're going to be, yeah. Mm-hmm. You're going to be beheaded. Them folks don't play. I did a party for them about a month ago. Me with my smart mouth, I left that at home. I was not going to say nothing out of pocket to these people whose last name was Hoover. True story. Just like, with Ralph, what he said tonight about using his middle name, Hoover. That's right, folks. Oh, I like that one. Roy Ayers is no stranger to love right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, talking about the Who show tonight. He had a pretty good show. He played all the songs that I thought I was going to play tonight, right? But it was a good show, especially the part where he was talking about changing his name and using his middle name as Hoover. And some boys was waiting outside for him on 68th and Wentworth. And like, oh, your name Hoover? Mm-hmm. Come on out here, bro. He got saved by the security guard at Kennedy King. Like, okay, you want to be Hoover? Yeah, okay. You want to roll with them? I don't think so. I don't think so. Hello to Gerald Anthony Kelly, also the Queen Janine Jefferson. Thank you so much, Lady G, Captain Daryl Owens once again, and everybody else who's checking in on Facebook. The Who, of course. He told this story a couple of Saturdays ago about, him swimming. And I'm like, it reminded me of the joke that Eddie Murphy told about the big brown shark. I'm like, people are eating, man. It's Saturday morning. People are having breakfast listening to you talk about a big brown shark. You know what it was, right? Yeah. Welcome to Turd Talk with Ralph the Hooligans. It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories with one of my favorite groups. Here's Blue Magic. Yep, folks, is upside down. And folks, you don't want to do that. If you're in the wrong neighborhood and you do that, yeah, you're going to get whooped. Well, I remember, and this is a true story. This is a true story. You know how they used to roll up on you and say, "What you riding?" Yo, what up? What up, little young blood? What you riding? I said 71 Chevy Impala. I didn't know what they was talking about. What you riding? A two-door Chevy over there with the Sam G kind of trunk. Man, that was the only thing that kept them from whooping my ass. The fact that they were laughing at me because I didn't know what they were talking about. Yo, what you riding? That Chevy over there. Mr. Redman, yo. I didn't pick it up today because don't ask me, but you're going to get it. You're going to get it this weekend. I promise you. Excuse me while I eat these beans. I can do this because I'm by myself. Beans. Good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you... The more you like them. And these are from Saturday from the mishap party that I did. Yeah. That party was crazy. When I tell you the party was crazy, Captain Sky, who came and sat with me at the party, the backyard party I was doing, he was like, "Please don't announce me. I'm about to leave." I said, "Okay, bro. Thanks for stopping by, though. Don't put me in the corner. I'm not going to get out of pocket." Janine said, "I'm going to teach James that one about what you're riding. He's riding the Metro." I know, right? What you riding, Metro? Mm-hmm. What you riding, little man? Metro. What you riding? CTA. Big green limousine. Mm-hmm. But back to that party, that backyard party. Captain Sky got up and left. Every woman that was there hit on Captain Sky. Once they found out that he was Captain Sky and I was playing his music, they were trying to get his number. They were trying to set up a date with him, everything. To say I was embarrassed is an understatement. I was embarrassed. I was quite appalled because they all tried to hit on him. Because the first thing the lady asked me, and this was the guest of honor's mother, She asked me, "Where's your wife?" I was like, "That's no way to greet someone, especially grandma when you have no teeth and you're about 100 years old. Don't ask me where my wife is. She at home. Yes, I have one. And no, I'm not interested in no. Lady G asked me. Well, Lady G will vouch for me. I love the seniors, but I don't date them. I lived in a whole building full of seniors. I ain't dating not one in there. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. No way. Sorry. I don't get down like that. I DJ for seniors. Don't date the seniors. Mm-mm. I love them. I have nothing but respect for them. Don't date the seniors. Nope. And I do parties all the time for seniors. Ain't dated not one of them. I had somebody once. My wife came to my job once. This is a few years ago when I'm still working at WBGX on 59th in Michigan. Well, she stopped by to see me. And the guy that he does a show, his name is Elder Willie Jones. He said, "Oh, you like them young, don't you?" Uh huh. Yep. Angie said, "I'm too close to being one." Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But you're right. They're nothing like what I saw on Saturday. And I got another story to tell y'all after this. Two in a row from Blue Magic. Teach me how to love and stop to start right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. I got to tell you guys, I did a party on Saturday, and one of my guests, well, my only guest, was Captain Sky, aka Daryl Cameron, not to be confused with Captain Daryl Owens. Daryl Cameron stayed for a while. You know, we talked. He brought me some Stella because I guess he couldn't find any Corona, so Stella is just as good too. It's some good beer. Every lady tried to holler at Captain Sky. Now, you know, he's like 6'4". So, you know, he caught everybody's attention. I'm like, this man has been on Soul Train. He is not interested in any of you guys. None whatsoever. And they was all trying to hit on him. The first thing was asked to me when I was moving the equipment in, where's your wife? Where's my wife? What kind of question is that? This lady had to be like 80 years old, and she asking me where my wife is. I'm like, well, she's on her way. As a matter of fact, she's right behind me, and she got a pistol. The pistol named Pearl, so you might not want to, yeah. Anyway, hello to Kiki. Also, once again, to my sister from another mister, Angie Martin Turner. Thanks for checking in. Lady G and Captain Daryl Owens, not to be confused with Captain Sky. Here's our friends from Memphis, Tennessee. These are the Barcades in Anticipation with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. Where's your wife? Oh my goodness. And then it got worse. The lady whose party it was, she got into a fight with our mama. I don't know if they was fighting over Captain Sky or what. I'm like, y'all can fight all you want to. He's about to fly out in his spaceship. I was like, mm-mm. She said, what kind of pistol? She got like a 6-shooter or something like that, you know. Or she's got a semi-automatic. I forgot what it is, but that's one of the reasons why I, you know, whenever she said I had to leave, it wasn't no question. You know, it was like, but why? You know, I'll show you why. Nope, that's okay. I'm cool. Mm-mm. And her and I were in a hip pocket. Her and I were in a play where we played husband and wife, right? In the play, she mentions the pistol. Naturally, it threw me off, and I started laughing and forgot my daggone lines. At one point, I showed up in a scene I wasn't even supposed to be in because I was so, you know, discombobulated by her throwing Pearl into the play. I'm like, no, that's not in the play. Those are not the lines. She said, don't make me get Pearl. I'm like, oh, ooh, yep. Like Bonnie Park, yeah, she got one bullet. Mm-hmm. That bullet had my name on it. I wasn't playing with her. I remember when I divorced my first wife. This is a true story. Don't laugh at me, Linro. I was standing in front of the judge. No, this was afterwards. They had just taken me off of probation. And I'm standing in front of the judge. And he asked me, you know, have you learned anything from this? I said, yes. I said, my first wife was afraid of me. She was definitely scared of me. I said, my second wife, I'm scared of her. She's a keeper. Everybody in the courtroom fell out. They're like, ha! Mm-hmm. Kimberly Ann, I used to sleep with one eye open. And that's when I was sleeping in the basement. This is before we got married. She made me sleep in the basement before we got married. Hey, John. She made me sleep in the basement. So I had set up my studio down there. And I set up I had what did I have down there? I had a mattress and a box spring. So I had a bed down there. I had everything that I needed. I never had to go upstairs. There was a bathroom, you know, the living room part of the basement, all of that stuff. Kind of like I got now. So I never had to go upstairs except to go get my plate. And 9 times out of 10, she would bring me my plate. So I'm still in the basement. Yeah. What up, John? Mm-hmm. I'm Michael Douglas. What's going on? Happy hump day to you too, sir. Thank you. But I said I'm scared of my wife. She's a keeper. And I can honestly say I never raised a hand to her. One time we were out somewhere. This was all in our dating stages. And we were out, we were at I want to say we were at the lakefront somewhere. And I was just playing with her and I got in her face. And she jumped back like, I said, did I do something wrong? Because we were joking. I got right in her face like, she said, don't do that. I said, huh? What? Don't do what? Don't get in my face like that. My ex used to do that. Oh, okay. Duly noted. Do not get in her face. That was it. The only time I got in my wife's face was to kiss her. I wasn't even gonna play like that. Get in her face. What you gonna do? My first wife did that, and I head bumped her, head butted her real in her nose. Mm-hmm. Yep. I head butted her in her nose. She said, "Are you crazy? You could have broke my nose." Exactly, John. Yeah, triggers. But Trigger didn't do that no more. After that, only time I was in her face was to kiss her. Good night, good morning. That was it. I never tried that again. Mm-mm. Not good at all, Janine. Like I said, I never did that again. Never got in her face like that. Mm-mm. But once again, we were going back and forth, and we were having fun. We're at the lakefront. But yeah. My first wife, yeah, she deserved the headbutt. I'm sorry, Janine, but she deserved it. And this is why I say that. Um, she kept we were going back and forth. Now I'm trying to go to sleep. I had worked all day and I was tired. So Janine, I wanted to go to sleep. And she got in my face. What are you gonna do? Boom. That's what I'm gonna do. And I rolled over and went to sleep. And she's I'm like, oh boy, shouldn't have done that. It was a reaction, Janine. I'm not a violent person at all. Now, if you push my buttons, yeah, you know, my devil face comes out then. I turn into Lucifer. Like, if you watch that show, you know what I'm talking about. I turn into the red-faced devil. Don't mess with me. I want to go to sleep. So, boom, headbutt in the nose. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You broke my nose. What's wrong with you? You're crazy. You're violent. Went to the freezer, got some ice out, put the ice in the um, face cloth, put it on her nose. I said, it ain't going to happen no more. That's it. What are you sending me, Linro? She's sending me a story. Come on, Cletus. Oh, I'll have to look at that later. Come on, Cletus. Oh. Angie said she didn't like the first wife. And actually, nobody liked my first wife. Nobody. The only person that liked my first wife was my buddy Dino. And this was why. She became a real estate agent and she found Dino an apartment. That's the only reason that he liked her. Mm-hmm. AWB. and a love of your own right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. I don't even know my own name, do I got to tell you guys, I'm back in the gym, right? So the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact, I'm at the gym, right, and I'm working out, and this young lady, keeps looking at me, attractive, kind of, you know, the kind of woman that I like, nice and fluffy, right? And I'm thinking, okay, why is this girl looking at me? Does she know me? Has she seen me somewhere? So she's looking at me, right? And I turned around because I was, working out. So I turned around. I said, "How you doing?" She said, "I'm all right. How you doing?" And we started talking, right? And her friend is, talking, and we're all talking. And she says, "Yeah, well, most of my friends, they don't like older men, but I do." I said, "Say that again." She said, "Most of my friends don't like older men, but I do." Now, she couldn't have been no more than maybe 25, 30 years old. I'm like, is this a trend? Certain young ladies, they like older men. I don't know. Maybe they have daddy issues. Daddy wasn't there, or daddy was there, but, she looked at daddy as daddy. And some women want a man that's like their father. But that's going a little too far. you know, I'm like, sweetheart, I got records older than you, Ain't nothing happening. Mm-mm. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, say if I bring her to a family reunion and my kids are there, my children are there. They're like, who is that, Daddy? Is you brought us a playmate? We can all go shopping together or something. I'm like, no, this one's mine. No, you didn't. That's right. Young chicks looking for sugar daddies. I ain't the one. I ain't the one. Older men are settled and should already know what a good woman, what a woman want and need. And I do. And I think she, may have, may have experienced older men in her lifetime. I get it. I believe that. But I'm not the one. You know, I'm not the one, sweetheart. You cute and everything, but my wife is older than you. My first wife older than you. My oldest daughter older than you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. How old is Larice now? She want that SS. uh-uh. Said, unfortunately, not all of them still want to be. Some of them want to be players. Now, not me. Mm-mm. Been there, done that. Got a T-shirt. I'm wearing it now. It's a pop on it. Mm-mm. I look at it this way. I might have a few good years with her. You know, before she puts something in my food and gets rid of me. Otherwise, no, I can't do it. You know, I just can't. In my good in good conscience, I can't. Now, it seemed like it would have been a lot of fun, but that's what it seems like. or would have seemed like. Just fun. Young girls can't cook. They can't. Now, somebody vouch for me. I mean, some of you all like Lady G, she's got daughters. And what if she got pregnant? Oh, yeah, hell to the no. She got pregnant by me. By the time I get 70, that kid will be 10 and I'll be 70 years old. I ain't chasing nobody. I might still be in good shape or alive for that matter, but mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm at the child's graduation. I'm in a wheelchair and she graduating from 8th grade. Mm-mm. Nope. The only child I'm going to see walk across the stage and I'm in a wheelchair is my granddaughter. Mm-hmm. But when a woman hits 40, it's hard for an older man to keep up with her. And she said, and she's still making babies. Yeah. I don't think I am. I think I'm shooting blanks. I mean, don't get me wrong, it works, but I don't think, I think I'm shooting blanks. And I'm going to just leave it at that. I mean, I can have an orgasm, but I don't think it's enough to impregnate anyone. I'm just saying. But I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try it, though. Mm-mm. No, the biscuit ain't limp. The biscuit's just dry. I'm shooting dust. I mean, don't get me wrong. But yeah. If she's 40, she doesn't want any babies. She just wants a long, hard partner to keep up with her. Well, Janine, I can do that. Trust and believe, I still have the stamina. Not the stamina that I had when I was 18, not the stamina that I had when I was 21, 35, 42, 50. And that's just it. I'm pretty much still, but I ain't trying to make no babies at no 60 years old. Once again, I'm a granddaddy. I'm a pawpaw. And that's it. The younger dude thing. Mm-mm. But what you said? Black coffee, no creamer. Anyway, but I can't see myself with a younger woman. Not at this point. It's it's an ego booster. Don't get me wrong. I was flattered that she even spoke to me. Her friend wasn't really too interested, but she was. And probably for the wrong reasons. But I can't. In good conscience. It's like, once again, it would be fun. It's an ego booster at my age that a younger woman would find me attractive, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm a family man, I'm a pawpaw, and that's it. I ain't trying to, show off or whatever. Yeah, this is my girl. Like get out of here. You know, last thing I want to hear is, Pop's got a 30-year-old girlfriend. Not a good look. Unless I, of course, lie about her age and make her older. Oh, well, she's 39. Yeah, okay, whatever. Even then, 39 is still, yeah, around Larice and Keisha's age. You know, I got grown daughters, okay? Grown, except for one. I have grown daughters. So it's like, no, I can't. Mm-mm. Men in their 80s are still making babies. Well, that's good, thanks to the makers of Viagra. I'm sure they can, but at 80 years old, you make a baby, that baby turns 10, you'll be 90 years old. If you live, you ain't gonna be chasing no kid in the backyard talking about, here, catch. Oh no. You can say she just had a lot of work done on her. Yeah, I could say that. Yeah. Right. Like, for instance, Angie, how old is Nikki? you know, I'm just saying. I couldn't see myself doing that. Once again, it would be fun, but on the other hand, no, no. 35, right? Okay. One Way featuring Al Hudson. And Don't Stop Ever Loving Me right here on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. We're talking about the fact that I got hit on the other day at Planet Fitness by this young lady. She couldn't have been no more than like 25, 30 years old, if that much. Uh, I have a niece who's 35. I don't know. At in one breath, I was flattered that the girl would even speak to me. I was like, sweetheart, do you know how old I am? But you about 55. 55. Well, thank you. Nah. Mm-mm. 55. Nah, I'll take that, but thank you. Len Rose says that's why I have a lot of aunts and uncles younger than me. Oh, ooh, that is just not a good look. If God forbid I was to impregnate someone, that my granddaughter would be watching her uncle. It's not a good look. It is just not a good look. Anyway, uh, Janine says, don't want anything wrinkled rolling around on me at 80. Said 80 is too damn old. I hear you. But there are some young women out here who do like older men, you know, and it depends on how the man keeps himself, I try to keep myself up, you know what I'm saying? Manicure, pedicure, haircut, hair dye, hair shaved, all of that stuff. Yeah. But, I was flattered, but no thanks. I'll keep what I have. I appreciate that. It's Boys to Men. I'll make love to you. Real rough and hard for about 2 minutes. We gonna celebrate. My mom's brothers and sisters. I'm just saying. Oh. Mm-mm. No, 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 no anime. No. Ah. Rough and hard for about 2 or 3 minutes, and that's all you get. Mom's Mabley used to say, I don't want nothing old except money. I heard that. She used to say that quite a bit. But, oh no, I can't. Mm-mm. Once again, I was flattered. I was, you know, flattered that they even thought I was 55. I'm like, okay, you're like 5 years off, but I'll take that. But thank you. But thanks, but no thanks. Mm-mm. Al, stop talking about it, Al. Okay. Um, I had a situation to happen a while back, and I was like, I can't do this. That's a round one heavyweight fight. Yeah. And those of you that know me, that have seen me post pictures of my wife, she don't look like she about to be 50. You know, she still looks the same as she did when I met her a few years ago when I was DJing at the Sexy Sex Lounge. That was more than 30 years ago. Okay. But she still looks the same. Of course, I aged, but she didn't. So she still looks like she's in her 20s, possibly 30s. And she's about to be 50 in January. Of course, she probably don't like me telling her age, but it's okay because she doesn't look 50. So, you know, but mm-mm. At the end of the day, uh-uh. Once again, it's an ego booster. But like for instance, me and Daryl were talking about this the other day, or the other night rather. His granddaughter is like what 20, 27, something like that. he's got his granddaughter is older than all my grandkids. So nah, it ain't happening. Mm-mm. It ain't happening. But 24, yeah, that's right. Black don't crack. Mm-mm. And beige don't age. And peanut butter never spoils. It doesn't. But once again, I was truly flattered. I was truly, you know, thank you, but no, thank you. So, and then I was in the mall, and I got hit on in the mall. I'm like, what is going on here? Is it a full moon in the daytime or something? What is it? So needless to say, nothing happened today out of the ordinary. I didn't get hit on today. I just got stared at the Dunkin' Donuts. I think the girl may have recognized me or something. I don't know. You know, Might be another kid. I don't know, but and caramel is always sweet. Oh, get out of here. It was a full moon. Oh, see, there you go. Full moon. And Daryl says, but a tight ass is nice. Yes, it is. Yes, yes. Speaking of which, I looked in the mirror a couple of weeks ago, right before I started working out. And I was like, oh, what the, oh. Now, I know you're talking about you, Queen Janine. I know. Caramel. Like I said, I was looking in the mirror and I looked at my behind. I'm like, my behind has never looked like that. You know, not that anyone has ever looked at it outside of my jeans, my pants, my slacks, or whatever. But I was like, oh, I got to work on that. And honey is even sweeter. Okay, all right. Y'all are a trip. But mm, can't mess around. Can't do it. Can't do it. You know, thank you for the compliment. But ain't nothing happening. But back to that backyard party when the lady stood up to her mother and drew her fist back like she was getting ready to hit her, I was ready to pack up. I was ready to go. I'm like, I don't believe this. I know you were talking about you, honey, caramel, you know, any other sweets you all want to apply to yourselves. Okay. Mhm. While we're on nicknames, my wife is the only person that I know that has several nicknames. You know, one of them is Pizza Puff. Now I don't know where that comes from, Pizza Puff, but Pizza Puff, Miss Delicious, Sunshine. I get. If you ever saw the movie Harlem Nights, yeah, yeah. Daryl said trouble is in the air. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bloodstone and Natural High right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, along with the usual suspects, Lady G, Daryl Awesome Owens, and Queen Janine Lee Jefferson. Thank you so much for staying up with me. Well, it's still early. It's not like I'm doing the other show, right? At 12 o'clock, but yeah, they'll be asleep by then. I'll have a whole nother crowd listening to me, another audience, those dusty insomniacs I'm referring to. Anyway, we are Bedtime Stories. And of course, Bedtime Stories is sponsored by we are WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, World Vibe Radio, and Ray Neal Media, the best music of your life. All of them carrying bedtime stories, and I appreciate you guys. This young lady and this young man, of course, they never dated. I think Karen White was married to, if I'm not mistaken, I think she was married to L.A. Reid, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think she was married to L.A. Reid. Karen White along with Babyface. This is Love Saw It, the remix on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Lady G, leave Daryl Owens alone. Don't get the glove on him, please. Not the glove. Mm-mm. Show him some love. Don't show him the glove, okay? Mm-mm. Yep, show him some love and not the glove. Karen White was married to Terry Lewis. I had them all mixed up. Now, I thought that one of them was married to Pebbles. You know, you got Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. You have LA and Babyface. So, um, so Karen White was married to Terry Lewis. Okay, gotcha. You know, I almost had it right. You know, you got Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and you got LA and Babyface. So, Babyface was married to the lady who's now married to Primetime. Um, what's his name? Deion Sanders. Anyway, did I mention gloves? No, I said whip. Okay. Babyface was married to Pebbles. Okay. Daryl says love is underrated or overrated. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. Not to tell his business, but Daryl got burned a few years ago. So I understand where you're coming from. I should be the same way, but I'm not. You know, I'm still, still holding out. Still holding out. I'm still holding out. Uh, yep, still holding out. But I hear you, Daryl. It's overrated. What you say? Yeah, Daryl got he you know he got really burned. You know, I know a few of the women that he was with, and he's a confirmed bachelor, and I get it. I understand it. You know, I would never try to talk him into getting married, especially not at this age. He'll be 60 in October, I think it is. Lady G is the same. She's against love too. So Janine says, as I said, it depends on how you define it, and I get it. But I think, in my heart of hearts, I think everybody should be in love at least once. I think they should be married at least once. Not twice, not three times, like some people I know. But, I think everybody should be married once. Now, if it works out the first time, then cool. But, two and three times. I watched this document. Well, it wasn't. Yeah, it was a documentary slash series. It was called American Playboy, and it was the life and times of Hugh Hefner. And oh, you'll be 61. Okay. Janine says, still a lover. I know that's right. And I'm like you. I love hard and I love deep. And you know, I say it all the time. I love my wife. I just do, to a fault. Angie said, been there, done that. So, everybody on here, on this live, has been, has either been in love or is still in love or is dead set against love. You know, and I get it. I get it. I understand. And I really I respect that. I respect everybody's decision to either be in love and make it work or not to be in love and make that work by not being in love. I get it. Janine says, Daryl Owens, I'm 60. Okay. Oh, Pebbles was married to L.A. Reid. Thank you. I'm like, Pebbles wasn't married to Babyface because Babyface was married to Tracy Edmonds. That much I know because she's married to Deion Sanders, primetime, because he was in Chicago getting hair plugs. He got tired of being bald, so he came to Chicago, went to Bosley, and went back home with a full head of what I call doll hair. So, 61 is not too old for love. It isn't. It is not. We are a love match. And some people are dead set against being in love ever. I understand it. I get it. I'm just an optimist, not a pessimist, but I'm an optimist when it comes to that. And it stems, I feel like I'm laying on the couch right now, in front of my shrink. But when I was younger, that was just it. And then when I found that, I guess, in the words of the Spinners, love don't love nobody. So I wasn't able to, to find love or a love that loved me, if that makes any sense. Either I love them too much or they love me too much and me not enough. There was never a time where I was, by myself. I always had a girlfriend. I always had some girlfriends. I always had standbys, the whole thing, concubines, whatever you want to call it. I always had someone with me. You weren't ready to surrender your soul to love. Nope. Thank you, Lenny Williams. Yeah. But when I hear those words, you've never been in love, but like I've been in love. You never felt the way I felt. And that was just it. It was never matched. Like, I love you, you love me, and that's it. And a couple of ladies broke my heart, and Daryl knows one of them because he dated her too. LTD featuring Jeffrey Osborne and Love Ballad on Bedtime Stories with the Peanut Butter Brother, Dr. Al Greer. And we're talking about love tonight on Facebook. Some people are matches, they're like soulmates. They finish each other's sentences. They have fun together. They love being in love. And, I'm one of those people. I love being in love. Now, before, hey, Lily, long time no see. Hey, Lily, I love being in love. Now, back in the day, I was like, oh, no, I don't think I'll ever be married. I used to see guys walking in the mall with their wives, either pushing baby carts or holding hands and all that. I said, oh, that'll never be me. It's almost like he's given up. Like, come on, man, let her hand go, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I turned into Lucius on it. Come on, man, let her hand go, man. And then when I fell in love, I found myself doing the same thing. Maybe not pushing the baby cart, but holding hands. And I found that I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being in love. I miss being in love. That whole love thing, going to, even with my first wife, we used to go on the lakefront and we would walk on the lakefront. We would go in the evening and let the sun go down, and then we would do other stuff. That was with the first wife. The second wife, we were just, yeah. One night we didn't even make it out of the garage. I can say that because I know she's not listening. That garage was hot that night. Ooh-wee. Look at me going down memory lane. Here's Minnie. Mm-mm. But Lily knows what I'm talking about. When I met Lily, she was just so in love with her husband. I was like, that's a shame. Look at you. Lily was all fine and stuff. I'm like, he a lucky man, because, she didn't listen as your wife neither. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. But I remember stuff. I remember a lot of things. I remember, being in love, the first times or the early stages of those relationships were so wonderful. I couldn't wait to see that person. With my first marriage, I couldn't wait to get home because I was married. I was a newlywed. I couldn't wait to get home to my wife. I couldn't wait to see her sitting on the bed with her, with her legs crossed. I couldn't wait to see her, sitting in the bed with the computer, the laptop in the bed. I couldn't wait. 30 years this year. Wow. That's all right. Yeah, he better hold on to you because you're like, all that in a bag of chips. And somebody said that about my wife recently. They're like, she said, your baby got back, front, and sides. I'm like, yeah. Yes, I'm quite fortunate there. Yeah, she is the total package. I remember getting up early in the morning, early, the crack of dawn, we had one car. One car. I don't know what happened to mine. But all I know is she had the Jeep Compass. I think that was the name of it. We had one car. She was, and I still to this day I don't know how she did it. Get up early in the morning, and she had early classes at Le Cordon Bleu. So by us having one car, I had to drive her to, I had to drive her to Le Cordon Bleu, which I did. I also had to drive our son to school. Well, she had to be at Le Cordon Bleu at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Those when, they had like these really early classes for people that worked. And then she would, I would go pick her up and take her to Stroger so she could work. I don't know how she did it. She graduated from Le Cordon Bleu. She went to work every day. And once again, we had one car. One car. I know this is a boring story. I know. So I had to, I had to drive her to work, and I had to take him to school. Well, the school didn't open till 8 o'clock. So many a mornings, Ahmad and I would have to stay outside of the school. So we mostly slept in the car. We'd let the seats back. I'd leave the car running with the heat on, and we would go back to sleep until it was time for him to get up and go inside. Sun would come up, bam, he would get out, So I would have to go pick him up, pick her up. I was basically, Uber before they were Ubers. So anyway, forget y'all. I was in love and would have done anything. I sound like Meatloaf, don't I? Yeah. I mean, anything. And that was, that was me. That's what I did. Every morning. You can't sleep in your car these days. I know this was a while back though. Plus he went to school in this, white area anyway. So it wasn't a lot of crime over there. So it was cool. Like I said, we had to, we let the seats back. We went to sleep. Doors were locked. Heat was on. And that was it. And this went on every day. So you had me to write a love poem for one of your ladies. Yes, I remember that. I remember that, Lily. That was for Kendra. And I thought I was in love with Kendra. I really did. But at the end of the day, and it's funny because I see her now and I'm like, dang, I was falling out over this girl. And to look at her now, not that she don't look, not that she looks bad or anything, but when I look at her now, I'm like, what was I thinking? But I found out that she really didn't love me. And it took me a while to realize that she didn't love me. But I thought my love would be it. I thought that my love would be enough for both of us, but it wasn't. I would love to see that poem. Anita, Anita Baker. No one in the world, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Lily Robinson, or as she calls herself, just Lily. Lily used to write these poems. I don't know if she still does poetry. She probably still does. Um, she reminded me that I had her to write a love poem for one of the ladies that I was in love with. And it's all coming back to me now. I'm like, no, did I really, was I that much in love? I sure was. And I remember who the lady was. I'm not going to say her name over the air. I'm not going to give her that kind of press, but she knows who she is. But I just thought back then that I was so much in love, that I had enough love for both of us. Even if she didn't love me, I felt like I had enough love for the both of us that at least one day she would realize this man really loves me and I'm messing up. Of course, she ended up getting married and I married somebody else, and that was the end of it. She's still married to the same guy. I married someone else. But at that time, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me anything. I'm like, she gonna be with me whether she wants to or not. Because I'm, you know, in the words of the Temptations and the Supremes, I'm gonna make you love me. Never worked out though, but that's all right. I still love love. Here's Switch, and I call your name. Mm-mm. Yeah, been there, never again. I know. I hear you. But yeah, look for that poem from me, Lily. I would love to see it. I really would. And again, I thank you for being on my live. If I haven't thanked you yet, but man, I remember. I'm gonna play that song too. Rocky Robbins. I remember you called me to your office. You described what you wanted me to say. I'm going to query for it, but it was a sweet sentiment. Thank you. I would once again. I'd love to see it. I, in turn, Lily, turned around and wrote a book of poetry for that same young lady. And I don't think she ever saw it. I think I read one poem to her, and she was not impressed. So I didn't read the rest of it. After that, I felt stupid for writing those words. You know, I'm glad you came in too. Thank you, Lily. Um, like I said, I wrote a whole book of poetry for this one young lady. And I read one poem and she was like not impressed. She was just not impressed. I was like, okay. I said, next time I'll keep it to myself. Where that book of poetry is today, I couldn't even tell you. I think I gave it to my wife. I don't know what she did with it, but you know, I felt like, Lily, I felt stupid afterwards. I felt like I had poured my whole heart out to this woman and she just didn't care. She just didn't care. Janine said I had an ex find me on Facebook and he wanted to hook up. I told him that he was a fool if he thought I would hook up with someone who took another girl on his prom. Ooh, he was shocked, and I didn't want to see him. I didn't want to see him. Men can be stupid sometimes. Yeah, because we try to be slick. Right. She was right. She was like, ninja, please. And sometimes, we can be stupid. We don't think with our heads or our hearts for that matter. We think with the other part of our bodies. We just Sometimes we just don't get it. We don't get it until it's too late, Janine. We don't get it until it's too late. There was a young lady, I can say her name because I know she doesn't listen to me and she doesn't want to have anything to do with me. And her name was Angie Mines. And Angie she was gorgeous. She looked like a young Lena Horne. She was fine as frog's hair. And I used to see her every day. She worked at the bank inside um, inside Evergreen Plaza. And I would see her every morning and I would just stop and talk to her. I would get the bags, the money bags for the store that I worked at. And I had hoped to see her one day outside of because she sat in this little booth. I didn't know how tall she was or anything. And one day I went over, I dropped my brother off somewhere. He was going out with our god sisters that we grew up with. And he was going out with them. So I dropped him off. So I said, okay, well, let me go in here and speak to him, speak to them. I walked into the house and who was sitting at the kitchen table? It was Angie Mines. I didn't know she knew my god sisters. I had no idea. And there she was. And I had never seen her from behind, the little partition, the glass or whatever, the little booth that she sat in at the bank. I'd never seen her. And she stood up and she was just as tall and built and soft and everything else. And I and at and that was around the time. Remember Endless Love, that movie with Brooke Shields? That was the time that movie came out. And that was it. That was our theme song, Endless Love. So you know how long ago it was. And I would, we would walk in public and I would never let her hand go. If we were crossing the street, I would hold her hand. If we were walking down the street, I would hold her hand. To this day, I remember where she lives and everything. And I always pass that house and I say, hey, Angie. And I know she ain't there anymore. As I heard, she moved to California and she vowed never to come back to Chicago. I don't know what I did, but she vowed to never come back to Chicago. And when she did, and I found out, I said, I'm going to ask her to marry me. And I told my god sisters, I said, if Angie ever comes back, I'm going to ask her to marry me. Angie came over the house. I was still at home. She came to see my mother. She came to see my mother because her and mom had been cool. Yeah, I had it bad. Yeah. So there Angie was sitting in the front room of my house. And I said that, and I told him, I said, if I ever see her again, I'm going to ask her to marry me on the spot, right away. She talked to my mom for several hours. I couldn't even go in the front room. I was just like I am now, I was speechless. I couldn't. I was I. And finally, Angie got up to leave. She got all the way to the car. I ran after her. She got in the car. I said, "You know what I'm about to ask you, right?" She said, "Yeah, I heard." I let her have it. I said, "Angie Mines, would you please marry me?" She said, "No." She said, "No. You broke my heart." She pulled off. She said, "Hell no." And that was it. She got me back. Whatever it was that I did, of course, I don't remember what I did. I have an idea though. Um, she said, "No, you broke my heart." I'm like, that was years ago. She said, "You broke my heart," and I never got over it. And I never saw Angie again. And for a while, I wasn't in a relationship. I was like, it's not that I hated women, but I didn't want to get close to any one woman ever because of Angie. And that was it. She broke my heart. So I became, I don't want to say cold and callous, but I would not let my feelings overrule my head. I would not lead with my heart. I would lead with my, yeah. And, I got quite a reputation. And after a while, when I did find someone that I really wanted to be with, they already heard of me. Oh, no. You dated my friend's sister's cousin's auntie. No, I heard about you. Hey, Biggs. So I had to, I, I was sworn to fun and loyal to none. Any and everybody. And that was it. And then it was always that one that slipped through the cracks. It was always the one that I couldn't have. That one girl that I could not have. And then I would go back into that, that funk again because I'm like, I gotta have her. She don't want you though. She don't want you. Alexander O'Neill and a broken heart can mend right here on Bedtime Stories. Sometimes it takes years, sometimes it takes months, sometimes it might take a few hours. You know what they always say. To get over a person, you got to get under somebody. I don't know if that's true. You'd have to ask someone who knows. Gerald Owen's phone number is 92. Anyway, that's his old number, 928-2535. Why do I remember his old number? Good Lord. But they say, sometimes a broken heart can mend. Other times, you just keep going forever and ever, just trying to avoid love. I remember there was a young lady that I met a few years ago. There was a party that I was called in to do. Hey, Felicia, that's my sister from another Mr. Young, Felicia Lucas Miles. I got called in to do this party because the DJ had canceled. And the party was at this club. I said, okay, sure, no problem. Didn't know the person whose party it was or anything. All I knew was I was about to make $125 to do a party. Well, back then, that was a lot of money. So I went to the party. I remember what I had on. I had on a black turtleneck. I had on a leather cap turned to the back. I had on boots, leather pants, I think I did. And I met this girl, and it was the dead of winter. And what happened was none of her people showed up to her party. It was in January. None of the people. Yep, none of the people showed up to her party. I was like, wow, you're such a beautiful lady, and nobody showed up to your party. I said, I would never do that to you. Um, her and I started seeing each other off and on, and I wouldn't see her for another 20 years. And when I did, she still looked the same, beautiful as ever, beautiful brown eyes, gap between her teeth, just like mine. And, I saw her again and I was like, okay. And at that time, I had just gotten divorced or was in the proceedings of getting a divorce. And I ran into the young lady. She asked me to do a party. It was a picnic for her church. And I said, okay, sure. Yeah, I'll be happy to. And her pastor tried to hook us up. She's like, son, are you married? Oh, ma'am, I'm married, but not with my wife. And, she tried to hook us up. Fast forward a year later, we hooked up. And eventually we got married 20 years later. Yeah. Her name, Kimberly. Met her at the Leisure Life. Nobody showed up to her party. How about that? Both of us Capricorns, too. Here's Rocky Robbins, You and Me. This is Bedtime Stories. Was that a good story or what? 928-25 DJ. Yep. Felicia Lucas Miles, what's up? Excuse me, I got to go to the little boys' room. I'm back. Would you say, what's the punchline? Ain't no damn punchline. That was terrible. Ah, that was terrible. That's a terrible story. Oh, no. Ain't no punchline. That's like R. Kelly peeing on folks. Ain't no punchline. Whatever. I'm gonna tell you another story. There was this young lady. I was doing a brunch for this radio station that I worked at, and I've been talking to this young lady for months on end. She would call me every morning at the radio station, right? And I said, well, on Sunday, I'm going to be at this place on Stony Island. So if you're not doing anything, come on down and meet me. Oh, good night. Oh, now you want to say good night, huh, Lady G? So she kept walking. I could see her walking back and forth, trying to decide whether she was going to come in and meet me, right? Finally, she came in. And who was it? It was Lady G. Yep. She did not want to come in there and see me. She was trying to say, well, should I go in there? Is he gone? So that's how, yeah. That was Lady G. That was years ago. I was working for WJPC. And what was the name of that place on Stony? I forgot the name of it. She ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Um, yep, she was still married. Yep. Sure was. Yep. Lady G was still married. Yep. You and Me by the OJs. I don't think I got a You and Me by the OJs. Let me check though. You and Me. I'm looking. Nope, don't have one. You and Me by the OJ. I gotta look for that one. Yep, I don't have a You and Me by the OJs. Hooks in Me. Okay, that one I got. Thank you. That one I got. Daryl said I have to fly 7:47 and 4 a.m. Good night, beautiful ladies and dapper men. You good night, Mr. Owens. Yeah, yeah. It was cool talking to Daryl this morning because we were talking on using StreamYard. So he was, I could see the airport and everything. I mean, he was like right on the, I could see everything. He turned the camera around. I could see the planes and everything. It was a great view, you know, since Facebook had kicked me off. So, yep. So we got a chance to, as they say, shoot the stuff. Yep. But yep, that was cool. That was really cool, Daryl. And then Elo was on our live too. Of course, we couldn't do, everybody went on at the same time, so we weren't all able to talk. But you know, for Miss Delicious, Rocky Robbins. You and Me and I Believe in Love, right here on Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. Thank you so much to Lily Robinson, that is, who goes by just Lily. She's a poetess. And a few years ago, she wrote a poem for me to give to someone else. I don't know if I ever gave the young lady the poem, but I told her what I wanted her to write. Not that I was not capable of writing myself, because when I was younger, I was in the creative arts workshop when I was in high school. So I pretty much knew how to put stuff together. But since Lily was doing it professionally, I was like, well, let's see it from another point of view. And Lily was just on my live, and I was like, I would love, love, love to see that poem. I would love to see it. Not that I would give it to the young lady, but I would just love to see what it was that she wrote for me. But that was years ago. Good Lord. That was some 12, 13 years ago when I was at Kennedy King College. Wow. My time flies. Coming up in less than 15 minutes, we're going to do foreplay. And I'll give you a hint as to who our foreplay artist is tonight by simply playing this song on Bedtime Stories. What to do? I guess you got your hooks in me. Oh, 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 baby. And I just can't break free. Help him out, Walter. I like it, I like it, I like it. What's going on, Preston? Can't stop loving you. Okay. Thank you, Preston. I appreciate that. Come on, Walter. I swear. It ain't true. Oh, no. No, baby. I will. Thank you. Got your hooks in me. And I like it. Huh. Oh, 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 baby. And maybe I just can't break free. I know he still sings. He can't do all the steps no more, but he can still sing. Got your hooks in me. Oh, 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 baby. Yes, you got your hooks in me. Yes, you got your hooks in me. Woo! That's me right there. Your hooks in me. Oh, excuse me, I gotta grab my phone right quick. I forgot to do something. Where you at? Oh no. Oh no. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's all right. I know that's right. I heard that. All right. You will. We're claiming. Hey, Judy. It's gonna be all right. Hmm. I heard that. Right. I know that's right. Mm. Okay. Right. Mm. Mm-hmm. Well, we gonna claim it that you're gonna be all right. I know that's right. That's right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Bluetooth, yeah. Okay. Well, I got you. Yep, I got it. I got you. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. I know. Yeah. Well, I'm on now. Yeah. Well, I'm on to do another show. Bedtime story. Yeah. So, so if you can get on the live, okay? Okay. All right. Bye bye. That's that's my party for Saturday. That was her calling to confirm. Hey Judy, and no Preston, that ain't a booty call. Preston said a booty call. I didn't even hear the phone ring. Baby face, and every time I close my eyes, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. It is almost that time already. Boy, time sure flies. Hello once again to Queen Janine Lee Jefferson, Judy Frazier, thanks for checking in, Preston Shanks, and the Sister Teresa, who just joined us right here on Bedtime Stories, which is sponsored by, some groups. Oh, by the way, this is WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, World Vibe Radio, and Ray Neal Media, the best music of your life.com. And of course, I am your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Like I was about to say, a lot of groups have been in the business 10 years, maybe 20 years, maybe 30 years, but there are not many groups that have been together for 60 years. As long as I've been alive, there has been a group like this. And there are a few groups that are like that. You have the Isley Brothers, you have the Whispers. Um, there's one other group that tours and had been together for over several decades, and this is one of them. Originally known as the Mascots or the Triumphs, out of Ohio. Tonight we feature the music of the OJs. Inside Foreplay right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Here's Stairway to Heaven. Preston said the Dells. No, not the, yeah, but yeah. Oh, I know where you're going with it. Yeah, the Dells. But that's just it. The Dells are not, and it's unfortunate, you know, because when they lost Johnny Carter, they were going to replace Johnny, but then Marvin died. And it was like, oh, so that was the end of it. They vowed never to replace the two of them. They had thought about replacing Johnny with Bobby Hutton. The only thing is, Bobby said he wasn't gonna sing no falsetto. He was just gonna sing in his regular tenor. I'm like, Bobby, you got to sing like Johnny. And he said, I ain't gonna do it. So But yeah, the Dells, and it's funny you should mention them. They, how can I put it? Well, I'll just put it like it is. They're some of the nicest guys ever. You never would have thought that they were international recording artists. They were just regular guys who just happened to, you know, happened to be in a singing group, happened to have million selling songs. And that was it. But they were regular guys. There were places that I would DJ, and Vern would show up, and they were just a group of cool guys that just happened to be singers. And that was it. Some of the nicest guys you ever wanted to meet. And just a great group of guys, just cool as they wanted to be. I never heard them argue. I never heard not one of them raise their voices at each other. They were like brothers. It was just five brothers from other mothers and other fathers that were just as cool as they wanted to be with each other. And I got a chance to witness that, to be backstage with them. You know, why don't you come on backstage with us? Me? With y'all? And in my career, I've been backstage with everybody. Of course, I've been backstage with the Shawlights, Uncle Marshall and the Shawlights. I've been backstage with the Dramatics, the Shawlights, the Delphonics, you name it. I was backstage with them. And some of them were like, what you doing back here? Get back on stage and introduce us. You better introduce us right. Like one time I was emceeing a show for Rufus and Shaka Khan. Shaka's son walked up to me and asked me how I was going to introduce the group. I said, ladies and gentlemen, here's Rufus and Shaka Khan. He said, no, that's wrong. What's wrong? It says Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. Oh, okay. That's what I said, Rufus and Shaka Khan. No. He was real animate. It's Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. Oh, that's probably why they broke up in the first place. Shaka Khan and Rufus and Shaka Khan, Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. It's kind of like Frankie Beverly and Mays, which is incorrect. We always say that. We always say Frankie Beverly and Mays because we're conditioned to say it. The radio personalities, we just said, Frankie Beverly and Mays. But if you look at all the album covers, they all say Mays featuring Frankie Beverly, which is the correct pronunciation of the group. Like Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, Diana Ross and the Supremes, David Ruffin and the Temptations, not Levi Stubbs and the Four Tops. No, but that's it. It's right. It's Mays featuring Frankie Beverly. If you look at every album they've ever done, it's always Mays featuring Frankie Beverly. It's always Rufus featuring Shaka Khan. And that's it. So, we We had to recondition ourselves to say that. Rufus featuring Shaka Khan, Maze featuring Frankie Beverly. It was always the Miracles, the Four Tops, the Temptations, until, then it became Smokey and the Miracles, or Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. That was the whole name of the group. Diana Ross and the Supremes. Excuse me. Frankie gives absolutely some of the best shows. Absolutely. Hands down, bar none. But in his, later years, like as of recent, you could tell his voice is starting to crack. But they still got a packed house. It's still standing room only, no matter what. Right. He will wear you out. Absolutely. So that's what it's always been. It's been Maze featuring Frankie Beverly, Rufus featuring Shaka Khan, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, Diana Ross and the Supremes. Why didn't he go solo? That's a good question. Why should he have gone solo? I mean, think about it. Everyone who has ever gone solo, with the exception of maybe 3 people, have not done well. Felipe left the Spinners to go solo. What song did he have? What hit song did he have leaving the Spinners? He didn't. He had an album out called Windjammin'. It was on the Uncle Jam label, which was produced by Bootsy and George Clinton. It went nowhere. His manager told him, please don't leave the Spinners, because the Spinners will be nothing without you and you'll be nothing without the Spinners. He meant that. Felipe figured because he sang on Knee Deep that he was going to be an excellent solo artist. No. Frankie Beverly and Maze. Maze featuring Frankie Beverly. Frankie never had to leave the group because they knew that he was the standout, breakout star of the group. He never had to. It was never an ego thing with Frankie. And that's just it. Every album cover always said Maze featuring Frankie Beverly. It was never about him. It was about the group. Whispers in the Dark with Dr. Al. Hey, Bonita. But yeah, Frankie had throat cancer. So, he doesn't have the best, the strongest voice anymore. But that's okay. He's got the strongest following of any artist that I know. Whispers, Dramatics, hands down. He's got the most loyal following because people look forward to putting on white and coming to his concert. He's just the absolute best. Ron Isley of the Isley Brothers. They never had to change the name of the Isley Brothers. You knew Mr. Biggs was the breakout star of the group. It wasn't the big man with the cane. It wasn't the other one that looked like he was always half high. Sorry, Kelly. Chris Benjamin, what's going on? Wayne, what's going on, man? Yeah, Felipe wanted it to be, Felipe Wynn and the Spinners. And it was like, no, it's just the Spinners. So he left. And the group was never the same afterwards. They replaced him with John Edwards. John carried them as far as they could go. Tom Bell dropped them before John Edwards even got his footing as the lead singer. And that was it. Once Tom Bell let the Spinners go, they were gone. They were just out there in cyberspace, just floating along. They did Working Back to You and Cupid, but they never had any more hits. The Spinners never had any hits after that. Working My Way Back to You and Cupid, those were pop hits because they had taken old songs and souped them up. Working my way back to you, babe. You know, the lead singer name I don't remember. Spinners. Right, exactly. What's going on, Chris Benjamin? You still in the popcorn business? Because I could show you some of that popcorn. I tell you. Yeah, disco killed the Spinners, but that was but they delved into that disco. Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart. Straight to my lover's heart. And that was it. After that, it was like, Spinners who? Spinners what? And that was the end of it. Um, once again, once Tom Bell no longer wanted to work with him, it was a done deal. And they had a good thing going for a long time. They had a good thing going. Yes, Benjamin's Gourmet Popcorn and more, 1420 West Roosevelt Road in Broadview, Illinois. All right. Home of the corned beef sandwich. Oh man, I'm gonna have to come. Man, you ain't said nothing, Mr. Benjamin, because I love me some corned beef sandwiches. You gotta say it like that, sandwich. Yep. Next to my hoagies and my Italian beef, yeah, 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 buddy. Yep. Let me do a testimonial of your sandwich. I sure will. Wait a minute. Let me do a screenshot of that address because I forget. I was getting old. Bam. I ain't mean to flash it. There we go. Flash off. Yeah, I'm gonna come check you out, man. Bobby Smith was the lead for the Spinners. Originally, yes, he was. Bobby Smith was the original lead singer. And then they brought in Felipe when they left G.C. Cameron at Motown. G.C. Cameron did a Jermaine Jackson and said, well, I'm going to stay at Motown. And he did. And the only big hit he ever had was, how do I say goodbye to what we had? That was it. Sheila Forrest. And said, we got to have a real commercial. I got you. Man, I got you, sir. I got you. Uh-huh. Huh. Ooh, my daughter called me at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Where was I? Mm-mm. Wake up. Mm-mm. Called me earlier. Stop messing me around. The side of town. Is it Vienna corned beef? I hope it is. Mm-mm. Shaved to perfection. Woo, you better stop playing with me. Man, don't make me jump through this computer, man. Oh, I missed the call from my daughter. My granddaughter wanted to talk to me. Oh, I feel bad now. Mm-mm. Oh, I missed the call from my baby. No, your eyes. Me around. Go on, Walter. Wrapping up foreplay with the OJs. Your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. That's just the opposite. Your mind is here with me, but your body's somewhere else. I don't know. To Dr. Al Greer, like I said, wrapping up foreplay. Hello to Chris Benjamin, who first he was doing, popcorn and everything. He had some of the best popcorn, I tell you. And then he disappeared on us. Me and the wife, we loved eating, Benjamin's popcorn. And then all of a sudden he just disappeared. And now he just popped up on my live. And he's got a sandwich called the Sukornami. That's corned beef and pastrami sandwich. Well, guess what? I'm coming to get one or two. I'm bringing her with me. He said he's still doing popcorn too. Some of the best popcorn. Now, normally I don't do popcorn because for obvious reasons, I don't have any back teeth. Sometimes, I want to swallow it whole and I choke and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I'm going to look up Chris Benjamin. I guess he's still DJing too. He's a man of many talents. Chris Benjamin with the sandwich. Anyway, we're wrapping up foreplay, but there's one song that I heard Reggie Miles play the other day, and I just had to play it. And he started playing. I'm like, oh Lord, this song, oh man, it just does things to me. When I heard that first note, I was like, oh, that's not what I think he's playing, is it? From the album Identify Yourself. It's the OJs. Foreplay plus one more play. This is Hurry Up and Come Back on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Still DJing. That's all right. You got the original Beats headphones. I don't know if you still have those, the silver ones. Yeah, those are the ones I was looking for. The original Beats. Yeah. But that's all right. I'm gonna come see you, man, for real. For real, for real. I'm all for supporting us. You know what I'm saying? Usins, us colored folks. You know. I'm colored when y'all doing right. you know. Oh man, still man, that's all right. You got your own shop. That's perfect. That is perfect. And those headphones, man, I've been trying to find those headphones. I found them online. I think they're refurbished. I mean, I have like one, two, three pairs of Beats. I gave away one pair. I wish I hadn't. But I'm still trying to find those original ones because the original ones were the ones made by Monster and not the Sony Beats. I want the Monster Beats, the big, you know, with the bass in them. Not to say that Sony didn't put no bass in theirs, but Anyway, you were there when I first got. I know. Yeah, yeah. Janine, thank you so much. We'll talk. Real talk. We'll talk. Yeah, we shall talk. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. Same here, Chris. My number's still the same, man. Okay, I'll call you when I get off the air. At midnight. Yeah, midnight. Yeah. All right, Queen Janine, thank you so much. As always, I appreciate you staying up with me. I uh, know it's kind of difficult at times for you to stay up. I remember when I was with Lady G, she would take her medication, she'd be knocked out, boy. 1 minute we'd be talking, and next minute, I'm like, dang, okay. What'd you just take? I want some of that. No sooner she took it, it was like, I'm like, oh, okay, well, good night. Mm-mm. Yeah, she would be knocked out in like 2.5 seconds, being in mid sentence, and so and so. I'm like, dang, okay, all right. I know when it's time. Anyway. Mm-mm. But take care, Janine. Thank you once again. Chris, I'll call you in about half an hour, and and we'll chat. Let's have a chat. But yeah, I want them headphones. Put some Windex on them, clean them off, and just hand them here. And I can't find them. I think I found some online though. But I think those are the ones. They say Monster, so those are the ones I want, not the, you know. Yeah. Yep. I want the monster beats, the original ones. The ones with the bass that give you a neck ache. I mean, these are cool. These Tascams, oh yeah, these are top of the line. I don't know how the station that I work at, they bought I think about 10 of these, and some of them still work at the station. I'm like, how do you all mess up headphones? I've had these I don't know how long, and they still, they look brand new. I guess because I know how to take care of my stuff. You know, just give them a good cleaning, and that's it. Like, how do y'all mess up headphones? The plugs are coming out of the headphones, they shorten out and everything. I'm like, mine ain't shorting out. They stay plugged into the headphone amp. That's it. I don't take them out and DJ with them or nothing. That's what I got the Beats headphones for. I use one pair of Beats when I DJ, one pair of Beats when I'm at the station, and the Tascams here at the crib. Judy Frazier was asking me earlier, where are you? I'm like, I'm at home. Or a reasonable facsimile thereof. Yeah. Yeah. In my makeshift studio. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I guess Judy got tired of trying to talk to me, and she just said, okay, I'm going to bed. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. My day was good. Um, I came home. I did an hour of the B-side show. I did an hour of that. I laid down for about 3 hours. I got back up. I did the last 2 hours of the B-side show. Um, Went to the gym. Went to Ford City Mall. I came back home, waited for the lady to exchange the speakers because she had like four of these JBL speakers. Two of them worked, two of them didn't. I was like, okay. So she bought one, she bought two more. And then those two, one of them worked. I said, okay, well, I got a pair. Cool. Now you get those fixed, I'll buy those. You go get them fixed, though. So, but I'll take them off your hands once, you've repaired them. And the tweeter shouldn't be no more than like between 30 and $50. Plus, that was scary. Plus, uh, labor and stuff. So, but it was a good day, a good day, Sheila. I just know at midnight I'm going to crash. You know, maybe I'll, watch TV for a while, and then I'll crash. You know, but otherwise, how was your day? Yeah, mine was a good day, and I got my workout on and everything else. It was cool. Went to the gym. Didn't get hit on today at the gym, nor at the mall either. Well, I didn't stay in the mall long enough to get hit on. Anyway, not like I was trying to get hit on. Trust me. I was married, so yeah. In the words of Edward G. Robinson, where's your Moses now? Anyway, where is your wife now? But I had a good time today on my off day. Yeah. I had to, what did I do? I did something to my truck. I had to tie it up. The wheel well was coming off of it, all that stuff. So, the usual. When it comes to the OJs, you just can't play just two or three or four. So I had to play two more. You got a serious hold on me. The OJs right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Judy Frazier, to Sheila Forrest, and of course, the one, the only, Chris Benjamin, who now owns a sandwich shop. He still sells popcorn. And I always ask him, I'm like, okay, what makes your popcorn different? He said, well, I get it from somewhere else, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, don't tell me your secret, because I'll go to the same place and try to reproduce what you do, and probably mess it up. So, so, but man, I gotta support him because we go back some years. So he's still DJing too. So we'll go get me one of them sandwiches from Chris Benjamin. Anyway, Sheila Forrest, she said her day was good. She woke up at 6, got your laundry together at 7. Good Lord. 6 o'clock, I was just getting off work from the other job, came home, did my show for the other station because I knew I wasn't going to get any sleep. So everything worked out for the best. It always does. Put your hand in the hand of the man, and it always works out, right? It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, where it always works out at the end of the night. Here's Ashford and Simpson, the first of 2 in a row from them on Bedtime Stories. The way you do. Got some groceries. Okay. That's what's up. After my live chat, I'm going to call Chris Benjamin. We're going to talk for a few minutes. And after that, I'm going to bed and try to get 8 hours of sleep, which never happens. I average 5 hours of sleep a night. 5. That's it. Yeah. And I never thought I'd be saying this. I love to sleep. I always thought when I was younger, if I went to sleep, I was gonna miss something. As a kid, how you want to stay up with the grown folks, and they told me if you stay up, you gotta play some music, little ninja. Okay, I can get 4 hours. Oh no, I can too, and still function that way. But it's like they said, when you get older, you don't need as much sleep, and that's probably true. And no, that isn't good for us. It's no good for us. It really isn't. Um, yeah, it's no good. They said the average person needs 8 hours of sleep per night. I can't remember when I've gotten 8 hours of sleep. When I lived out in Park Forest, I was averaging like maybe 4, maybe 5 hours every night. That was it. And wouldn't be sleepy at work. I don't know. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And that was it. So, yep. Be at work and thinking, hey, I'm going to fall asleep or whatever. No, I was up and yeah, and up. So it is what it is. It depends on your body. Some people don't require a full 8 hours of sleep and they can still function. Me, I don't know how I do it. Yeah, I know how I do it. It's by the grace of God that I do it. You know, 8 hours per night. I did that before I had children. I hear you. I hear you. You know, I think when I was living with my wife, I was averaging maybe 6 to 7 hours. Now it's like 4 to 5 hours. But they say you sleep better when you're sleeping next to somebody. So you said, good thing you don't drive. Yeah. Fall asleep behind the wheel. Mm-mm. Yeah. But now, when I was younger, I think that happened once or twice that I almost fell asleep behind the wheel. It happened once or twice. After that, you know, I was like, if I was sleepy, I would not drive. I remember I would do parties overnight and I would go straight to work, which wasn't good at all. It just wasn't. But that was it. So you need the perfect sleep buddy. Yes, I do. And my sleep buddy is probably already, I know she's been in the bed for hours, knowing her. So that's it. Yep. Yep. The perfect sleep buddy. Oh, there I am. Huh. Good pet bed pillows. Yeah. Yeah. She had great bed pillows. Yes. Yes, she did. You say I'm starting to sound like Captain Owens. Ah. Mm-mm. Yeah, he's given up on love before love has given up on him. Mm. Yep, Captain Owens. I don't know how he does it. He drives all the way from Olympia Fields to O'Hare. I'm like, good Lord, what made you move to Olympia Fields to drive to O'Hare? I'm like, oh Lord. Mm-mm. I mean, he gets up like, it's dark when he it's dark when he gets up. I'm like, good grief. I mean, Olympia Fields to O'Hare, that's at least an hour and a half every night or morning. He gets off at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I couldn't do it. Ken Wadlington. Yeah, he likes the ride, I guess. I don't know. The drive is like, good grief. Nick Ashford, Valerie Simpson, and So Satisfied. And before that, Nick Ashford and Valerie Simpson. Is it still good to you? Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Uh, Hello to Ken Wadlington, who just joined us. Thank you so much, Ken. Better late than never, right? And to everybody else who was listening earlier, I do appreciate you guys, as always. If it sounds like I'm slowing down, it's because I didn't get my nap this afternoon. Shout out to, what is her name? Sharon Ellis. Bought some speakers from her. No, they probably came out of the church, no doubt, because she looks like a straight up church lady. Straight up the church lady. That's all right. Daryl Owens, I guess he's already at the airport, about to pull off in the plane. You're a better man than me, man. I tell you. He gets up at the crack of dawn and drives from Olympia Fields all the way to O'Hare. That's got to be an hour and a half drive. But the time of morning he's going, nobody's on the road. So big ups to you, brother. Big ups to you. We lost another good one last week. It was Eddie Thomas, who was the co-owner of Curtom Records and the manager of this group. These are the impressions. Black Hoffman Estates, yeah. The Black Hoffman Estates. I guess you're right. I guess you are right, sir. Yep, that's where R. Kelly has a house in Olympia Fields, which is now owned by Rudolph Isley of the Isley Brothers. Yep. To understand why. Yep. Rudolph bought his house. Now, I don't know if Rudolph actually lives there, but I know he bought his house to save R. Kelly from, I guess, being evicted. So, I'm giving up on love. J Hud got a house in Olympia Fields too, does she? Ooh. Oh my. J Hud. I cannot wait to see the Respect movie. I cannot wait to see it. Mm-mm. Give it up. Jerry Butler giving up. Before that, The Impressions, and I've been trying. Oh man. Two songs, of course, written by Curtis Mayfield. It's your Dr. Al Greer flipping. Oh Lord, I must be really tired. Flipping the 45s and playing the B-sides. Oh, that's not until after midnight. So you're gonna have to you're gonna have to switch stations in order to listen to that one. All right. Tonight we feature the music of the Five Stair Steps. That's on the other show on the other station. But right now we're on these fine stations: bigsradio.com, raynealmedia.com, which is also the bestmusicofyourlife.com, and World Vibe Radio. Lest I forget, you know, I digress. Anyway, this group hails from Detroit. Their lead singer is legally blind, but it doesn't stop him from writing some of the best love songs of all time, like this one. Here's Enchanted Lady from Enchantment on Bedtime Stories. Mm-mm. Uh, oh, 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 now that I have found you, I know. Mm-mm-mm. Uh, your lover. Chanted lady. Ba ba da bow bum ba da ba da. See come true. No. Lady. Amber Inn was shut down. Was it permanently? Good question. That used to be my dip off spot. Yeah. Yep. Amber Inn was like when I was like trying to, get away from folks, I would go to the Amber Inn and that was it. Yep, that was my hiding place. The Amber Inn. And then I get up and go to Pearl's place in the morning like nothing had happened. Well, you can tell that came off of a record. You can hear the surface noise rise up, I tell you. That's going to do it for me, your peanut butter brother. Thank you so much for staying up with me for bedtime stories right here on the internet. BiggsRadio.com, WOSDRadio.com, WorldVibeRadio.com, as well as Rainiel Media, the best music of your life.com. Thank you so much for staying up with me. Ken Wadlington, Sheila Forrest, Captain Daryl Owens, Lady G, Queen Janine Jefferson. I almost forgot her name. Good Lord, I'm so tired. I didn't get my nap this afternoon. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you guys so much. Chris Benjamin, I'll be calling you in a few minutes. I had to get in my jammies first. Okay. We do it again, of course, every night here on this radio station. Sunday through Thursday on Rainiel Media, the best music of your life. Tuesday through Thursday on Biggs Radio. And, of course, Monday through Thursday on WOSD. And Wednesdays on World Vibe Radio. Thank you so much, guys, for carrying me. I do appreciate you guys. And I'm now losing my voice. So I will say, next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, Miss Delicious. And that is a wrap. The cool thing about this is when I shut down, I'm done. I don't have to do nothing else. But thanks again, guys. I appreciate you all. You all kept me awake tonight. And I'm so surprised that I'm still up. I'll probably fall asleep as soon as I get in the next room. Peace out, y'all. Nighty night. Good night, Sheila. Good night, Ken. Good night, John Boy.